What's up, sons? It's Blind Rod with Son of a Tech once again, and today we're going to talk about WTF is Pyrin and a quick guide at the end to get up and running mining it. Let's go ahead and hop right into it. Welcome back, everyone. So Pyrin is the latest kaspa fork that has hit the interwebs and the blockchain space. It is pretty much as similar to Carlson as you could expect, seeing that all it has done so far is taken the kaspa blockchain, gone ahead and forked it, and then went ahead and changed the mining algorithm from SHA-256 or SHA in general to the Blake 3 algorithm. Now, there's a lot of reasons for this. Now, Blake 3 has been implemented across the board in lots of different hashing algorithms. Here recently, of course, we saw that implemented into Ethereum, now known as Hypera, and basically replacing the SHA with the Blake 3 in the ETH hash mining algorithm. And then we've seen it very popular in other coins as well, including Radiant, as well as Lithium, and so on. So this has been something that's been getting implemented across the proof of work space for quite some time now, and is starting to hit the K heavy hash algorithm. The problem here is that doesn't necessarily make it ASIC resistant, as was promoted by Carlson. While initial releases will be ASIC resistant because ASICs haven't been developed for the Blake 3 portion of this algorithm or this hashing algorithm, eventually it is possible because this hashing algorithm does still focus on core-centric processing as opposed to utilizing any sort of memory or memory hardening within the algorithm to prevent ASICs from hopping onto the network. So I would presume that we would see FPGAs and eventually ASICs on either one of or all of these networks, depending on how successful they are in the future. Of course, I believe Carlson will be aiming to change that algorithm to remain ASIC resistant. Pyrin's a little bit different. If you take a look at their notes, there is no indication that they plan on moving off of this algorithm whatsoever. And it does mean that if successful, we will eventually see FPGAs and ASICs on this particular coin. Now, what you can see is they do tout the Blake 3 cryptographic hash, and that is due to a plethora of reasons. Obviously, that's being used across the board now because it is considered superior to SHA-256, and that is due to it being a singular algorithm with a simplified API accommodating keying and extendable outputs. Of course, once you get into this a little bit more, it goes over GhostAG, which was introduced by kaspa. Obviously, the most revolutionary thing that has happened in the block space over the bear market was that introduction by kaspa of GhostAG. It's getting applied here. And then, of course, they talk about all the other key points, right? Fast transactions, be decentralized, be scalable, be secure, blah, blah, blah. To be honest, if I look at this, all I see is a lot of promotional materials that is akin to everything else. Nothing unique here with Pyrin. The thing is a lot of people have already started supporting this network. And if we look at previous kaspa forks and their performance, such as Carlson, we could say a speculative mine would be advantageous to some GPU miners because in the early days, we'll have higher block rewards, less competition from other mining hardware, and so on. So that is really why getting behind this, I go ahead and bring it to your attention. I am speculative mining it, but once again, just like I did with Carlson, a pretty conservative speculative mine. The rest of my farm, now that it can be profitable, is on the most profitable coin that I can find, and I talk about all that on my locals at sonofatech.locals.com. So let's go ahead and give you guys a couple more promotional materials. You can check out their Medium blog post here if you want to read about what they're promoting about their particular blockchain. You can also, of course, hit up their Twitter or X account, I guess now, and their Discord, Telegram, and the Bitcoin Talk. It has not been launched for that long, but already, just like Carlson, we are starting to see pools support it, including E4 pool here, as well as Bakel level mine. LOL Miner now supports it as well. You can build a node, which I have a node and wallet guide over on Locals. If you want to spin up a wallet, go check that out. Link will be down in the description. And you do have now stratums available for solo mining on their Discord. I'll be working on a guide for that as well that I'll be putting up on Locals. That being said, if you want to hop into mining it, it's pretty simple other than going through the node guide. Now, this particular node guide that I set up goes along the Linux side of things, but if you followed my guide on the Windows side for Carlson, basically you just replace the Carlson D with the PYI, and then you can basically go through that same guide and spin it up. As far as mining is concerned, it's extremely simple. If we pop into one of these and create a new flight sheet, we'll actually just go ahead and go over here to flight sheet, and we can now just type in PYI or PYR, and there's the Pyrin network already available. And then you can see here that we do need to configure the pool. I believe if you do PYI right now, actually, and there's probably an update going on, select the node, you can see here. Yep. So it's PYI, all capital letters for the token name. You'll put in your wallet address, which you can generate via the node, and then you can just select the pool right out of here, or you can, insert your custom pool if you so wish, such as E4 pool. And then you can go here, select LOL miner, and then bing, bang, boom. You just go ahead and click the create sheet. You can go back to one of your rigs, click on that rig, hit the flight sheet, go on over to the new one and click the flight out, and it will begin to mine. In some cases, if you are still getting stuck on an old LOL miner, you may need to go into here, click the little upgrade or downgrade button, upgrade it, and then move on from there. Not too shabby as far as that's concerned. Once again, a shameless self-promotion. There are guides already up, but if you want a very simple guide to follow along to, we have that posted up on Locals, and link will be down in the description. Of course, this is locked behind the supporter paywall, so you will need to support the channel if you want to just be able to highlight and paste, copy paste. It's just a convenience thing that I have up there for you guys, and it helps support my channel as far as all of that is concerned. So there's Pyrin. That's why it is blowing up maybe in your crypto Twitter feeds right now. I think a lot of people are expecting high adoption rates similar to Carlson. That would mean that we would have a pretty decent price projection. Remember, the price that I projected for Carlson was right around 15 cents on release, and then seeing it come back down closer to kaspa or even under. As you can see, a lot of sell pressure on it. The difference here with Pyrin, of course, is going to be their block rewards. If we take a look at their statistics here real quick, just so you guys are aware, if it will reload, maybe it won't. There we go. What you can see is, I believe they had it up here. Maybe it isn't here. They had it here. But the block reward is only 17 Pyrin. So that is opposed to Carlson, which was 50. So we're cutting that block reward even further down on the initial block reward for this particular coin. What does that mean for initial coin listings? Well, if we compare it to something like Carlson and we presume the same adoption rate and that kind of hype that got pushed behind it, an initial release could easily double that of what we saw on Carlson, which means we could see somewhere around 30 cents. I do not know for sure. That is not financial advice, and this is a speculative mine, but that is kind of where we would expect it to hit and then come back down, maybe closer to the current price of kaspa, not the current price of Carlson, due to the limited supply. Remember, this is always a supply and demand game. If you are mining, just keep that in mind and go ahead and plan accordingly. Once again, just because I make videos about these coins, these networks, just because I make how-tos does not mean that I think that they're great or the next big thing or anything like that. It's just so you have the actual resources to make your own decisions, do your own research, etc. But if you want to know how to do things on new networks that nobody's talked about yet, check out Son of a Tech on YouTube. Don't forget to check out Locals at sonofatech.locals.com to get access even earlier, and check out my crypto mining e-course at sonofatech.com. All self-promoted sponsorships there, so I can avoid any ties to sponsors that may sway my opinion or the type of content I create. So I appreciate each and every one of you for supporting me. Also, if you mine through the bear market, check out shop.sonofatech.com. The latest t-shirt is now out. It says I mine with the bears, and it has an angry bear with a pickaxe on it. I think it looks pretty slick. I'll see you next Tuesday.